Hey guys, what's up? Listen, I know that I'm doing this video and I said that basically I was going to tap in um once a week, due to my pain situation. Anyways, I just wanted to tap in today to let you guys know that one of my animals has passed over yesterday evening. Someone side swiped my cat. The way her body was positioned, she wasn't ran over. Somebody sideswiped her. I don't think they did it intentionally. I believe it was an accident. However, in my community, we have a lot of cats and dogs that roam around. And, we know as neighbors who animals belong to who's the owner. So we usually feed, each other's pets, the cats and the dogs and stuff. And, we take care of them and we watch out for them. However, this person who sideswiped my cat last night, I don't believe they were from my community. You know, I would assume, or I would speculate that, uh, like I said, there was an out of towner. Um, my son called me and informed me. He was like, "Yo, ma, is your cat in the house?" And I'm like, excuse me. I was like, yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, no, I just fed her. And I was like, no, she's outside. And he was like, mommy, she's out in the middle of the street. And I'm like, she's out in the middle of the street. So, I can't really move that fast, but I got myself together the best way I could, and I went out there and I seen her laying there. My cat, her breed is a ragamuffin. And ragamuffins are very, very, very pretty cats. They're very pretty cats. And she was so pretty. What hurts me more is because the way her body was positioned. She was on her way home because it was so cold. And my cat don't like the cold. You could open up the window and she'll look at it and be like, oh no, I ain't going out there. It's too cold. She'll stay a butt up in the house. So I believe it's my fault because I didn't train her. I let her go outside because one, she got a taste of the environment being outside. Two is because my back, I was unable to change her litter on a daily basis because I would have to bend, stand, pick up, and all that. And it was too much on my back. And three is because she just wanted to just do her thing. And yeah, I just let her go out. And everyone on, my block, my community knew that was my cat, and we know each other's cats, you know. But anyways, when I went out there, I seen her positioning. Someone did side swipe her or backed up to her. Her body wasn't, appeared to be like it didn't seem like somebody ran over her because her body was still intact. However, it was a part of her body that was disordered or I don't know how to say the word, but dismangled, put it that way. Yeah, so that led me to believe somebody backed up into her or sideswiped her. Um, I couldn't sleep last night, because she's a part of my family. She didn't even make a year. She didn't even make a year. So now I understand when people fight for animal rights, the things that we do to animals, the cruelty that we do. It's crazy. I don't believe this person, whoever did this to my cat, did it intentionally. I know it was a mistake, but you should have been more aware and alert as how you was driving. Because when you see cats and dogs in a community, they belong to someone. And even if they're strays, they don't seem like they're vicious, take them to the ASPCA. If you see a cat, a lost cat, you think they're lost, take them to the ASPCA. My dog ran off one time, and she ran way across town, and a driver stopped, picked my dog up, and took her to the ASPCA. And I called, and sure enough, my dog was there. Um, so last night was very difficult for me. Today is very difficult for me because it's cold, and she's outside, and she doesn't like the cold. And I don't want her to be out there because she needs to be home warm. Anyways, I did call the ASPCA and I got the information, and she's gonna be cremated. I wanted to bury her in the front or the back of the house. However, if I choose to sell later on down the line, or excuse me, or decide to sell later on down the line, I don't want nobody messing with her remains. So I just think it's best to just cremate her at the end of the day and just take it wherever I go. So, I just want to say to you guys, if you see a stray cat or dog, or if you don't think they're even a stray, just be careful. Take care of them. Don't be cruel like animals. Animals are part of people's family. And she was a part of my family. And now she's gone. And I can't even say, rest in peace. I can't even say that. Because she didn't have a hard life. So she don't need the rest. She needs to be active. She was only a kitten. So just be careful, guys, when you see animals out there. No matter what kind of animal it is. Just be careful.